Dr. Nidhi Vyas welcome you all in my YouTube channel with the 5 minutes economics, where I will be talk about all the economic concepts within only the short span of a time. Okay, so before starting this video, please don't try to and don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. So guys, today I will be talk about the concepts of the economics in the topic of cost analysis. So I will be take only the 5 minutes for sharing this video. So in the cost analysis, we will be talk about the types of the cost, like we will be talk about the explicit cost, we will talk about the implicit cost, we will be talk about the avoidable cost, unavoidable cost, fixed cost, variable cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and the marginal cost. Okay, and simultaneously we will be talk about the basic concepts of these costs with the diagrammatic representations, along with afterwards we will be study about the returns to scale, like the increasing returns to scale, decreasing returns to scale, and the constant returns to scale with the help of the break-even point. Okay, so let's start about the what is the cost. The cost, simply we can say, is that the cost refers to the monetary and the non-monetary expenditure incurred by a producer. For example, if I want to open some business, if I want to open some startup, so which kinds of the direct costs, which kinds of the indirect costs will be incurred by some particular producer will be known as the cost. Okay, so we can say that the cost is the function of the output, where the C stands for the cost, F stands for the function, and the Q stands for the output. Simply, as the output increases, cost increases. As the output decreases, cost decreases. See, now we will talk about the types of the cost. So now we will be talk about the types of the cost. So the first cost we will be talk about the selling cost. For example, for the selling of some particular commodity. For example, if I am manufacturing the mobile phones and I want that my mobile phone sales should to be increased by hook and crook. So for that, I have to bear some selling costs in a form of the advertising, in a form of the marketing, in a form of the promotion, either in the way of the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. So for that, for the increasing of the sales of some particular commodity, the types of the costs which a particular entrepreneur has to bear, that's called the selling cost. So the second cost comes is the production cost. Simply, for the producing some goods and the services, we have to bear some kinds of the direct cost and the indirect cost. Production cost, simply we can say, is that the cost of the land. Simply we can say is that the cost of the capital, the cost of the raw materials, the cost of the wages, the cost of electricity bills, so the many more. So the cost of the interest which is paid onto the loans, so that costs are known as the production cost. For the production of some particular commodity, the cost which we have to bear is known as the production cost. So the third cost comes is the fixed cost. Fixed cost, as the name suggests, the cost which remains fixed in a short run. For example, if I have recently opened some startup, okay, I have recently opened some salon, I have recently opened some coffee business, and whatever according to my taste and the preferences. So at the initial stage of a time, the land, the capital, and the plant and the machinery cost will remain a fixed, because their supply will be fixed into the short run. क्योंकि इतने छोटे समय के अंतराल में इनकी कॉस्ट वेरिएबल नहीं हो पाती है. इसके पीछे रीजन ये है कि शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ अ टाइम में हमारी सेल्स इतनी ज्यादा नहीं हो पाती है. दैट्स व्हाई इनकी कॉस्ट को हम लोगों को क्या करना पड़ता है, फिक्स रखना पड़ता है, या ये कॉस्ट जो होती है वो फिक्स रहती हैं. सो द फिक्स कॉस्ट, सिंपली वी कैन से इज दैट which remains fixed in a short run as the output increases. I will be show the fixed cost with the diagrammatic representation after explanation of all the key points. Second cost comes as that the variable cost. Variable cost, as the name suggests, these are that kind of the costs which varies in a short run as the output increases. Like we can say is that the cost of the raw material, the cost of the wages, the cost of the electricity bills, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, but in the long run, no cost remains fixed, because the reason is that in the long run new innovations हो जाते हैं, new technologies आ जाती हैं, sales बढ़ जाती हैं, market में आपकी brand जम जाती है, आपको अपने marketing strategies में monopoly हो जाती है, आपका कोई perfect competitor नहीं होता है, and you are the price maker. Okay, so in a long run, all cost remains varies and no cost remains the fixed. The diagram of variable cost I will also discuss with the diagrammatic representation after explaining all the key points. Next cost comes that the average cost. Average cost, how we will be calculate? We will be calculate the average cost like the total cost divided by the number of units. But keep on the mind, the diagram of the average cost will be in U shape, just like in hyperbola shape. Okay, so if in examination this question will become, you will be say the average cost curve will be in a situation of the U, just as rectangle hyperbola. Third next cost comes that the marginal cost. The additional change in cost is known as the marginal cost. Okay, so I will teach you the main cost concepts with the diagrammatic representation. So just have a brief glimpses of the snapshot. Thank you. Okay, we have studied about the types of the cost. Now we will be studying all the cost concepts with the diagrammatic representation. See, here I am talking about the fixed cost. The fixed cost, see, here the y-axis there is written the cost, and into the x-axis there is being written to the output. We can say is that in a short run, the fixed cost curve is a horizontal axis which shows that as the output increases, the cost remains the fixed, because the time period is a short run. Example is length, example is machinery, example is equipment. Okay. Third question in this comes to is that the variable cost. Variable cost, simply we can say is that it varies as the output increases. The example of the variable cost will be the cost of the raw material, cost of the electricity, and cost of the wages. But one thing you should keep on the mind is that in the long run, no cost remains fixed. Everything is the variable. Okay, and why it happens, I will make you show in my next video with the help of short run and the long run cost output relationship with the mixture of variable cost, average cost, and many more. Now the next diagram is that the average cost. As I have already told to you, the curve of the average cost is just like an U shape. See, now we will talk about the average cost curve. See, as I have already told to you, we can see is that the average cost curve is known as an U shape. It is known as the rectangle hyperbola. Why? The reason is that because average cost we will be calculated by the total cost divided by the number of the units of the output. Okay. And as far as the marginal cost is concerned, the diagram of the marginal cost is the downward sloping, because it will be calculated with the del TC, that is change in TC. So guys, here we have studied about the basic phenomena about all the cost analysis. Okay, so tomorrow I will be take the formulas of the cost and with the help of the break-even point. So again, I am winding up this video, and tomorrow I am waiting for you all guys with the next video. We will talk about the break-even point. So before that, don't try to subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.